And that's when we knew the world was changed. So I'm thrilled to be back here today and having some great news to announce. My name is Al Cameron. I'm the Director of Communication and Media Relations for Curling Canada, and also today the Director of handing out some awfully good news. Before we get started, Oakville, as we know it today, is rich in the history and modern traditions of many First Nations. From the lands of the Anishinaabe to the Attawandaron, the Haudenosaunee, these lands surrounding the Great Lakes are steeped in First Nations history. As we gather today on the sacred lands of Treaties 14 and 22, we are in solidarity with Indigenous brothers and sisters to honor and respect Mother Earth, the original nations of the trees and plants, the four-legged, the flyers, the finned, and the crawlers as the original stewards of Mother Earth. We acknowledge and give gratitude to the waters as being life and being sacred, and to the carriers of these water teachings, the females. We acknowledge and give gratitude for the wisdom of the grandfathers and the four winds that carry the spirits of our ancestors that walked this land before us. The town of Oakville is located on the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We acknowledge and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the treaty holders, for being stewards of this traditional territory. So as I said, we have some good news to announce, and we're not going to keep you waiting in suspense any longer. I'd like to introduce the Chief Executive Officer of Curling Canada, Catherine Henderson. Catherine.
Hello everybody, and bonjour. It's genuinely my pleasure and privilege to represent Curling Canada, our Board of Governors, and our staff in an exciting day for curling here in Oakville. C'est vraiment un plaisir et un privilège pour moi de représenter Curling Canada, notre conseil de gouverneurs et notre personnel lors d'une journée embellante pour le curling ici à Oakville. I bet you can't wait to hear the news. See what I did there? I'm truly excited to announce that the 2023 PointsBet Invitational will be played right here in Oakville. And for those of you who want to add it to your phone calendars right now, lock in September 26th to October 1st, right here at 16 Mile Sport Complex. And as Al just mentioned, many of you would remember it was around 3 years ago that we were right here in Oakville to announce that the 2021 Continental Cup would be played here, and of course we know what happened right after that. So we are thrilled to make today's announcement, and I promise you, you are in for a great event in September. You should know that there are many people who have worked hard to make today's announcement, and I want to tell you about some of them. It starts, of course, with our great friends and partners at PointsBet Canada. We didn't know what quite to expect when we started our partnership with PointsBet, but it's become clear early on that they love this event, they love our sport, they love curling, and they want to take it to new and exciting levels. So Chief Commercial Officer Nick Selsky, who is one of the very first people I talked to, and I speak with quite a bit, is here with us today. And Nick, I just want to thank you for everything that you do for the sport of curling. The town of Oakville made a superb pitch to host the 2023 PointsBet Invitational, and made our decision easy. The support and dedication of Mayor Rob Burton and Council, as well as Visit Oakville, was significant to say the least, and we were thrilled to be able to make this happen for the great people of the region. Thank you also to Councillor Sean O'Meara, who serves as the chair of Visit Oakville Board of Directors, for being here today. And then, of course, there are our partners at the federal and the Ontario governments, and we really do want to thank them for their ongoing support for the sport of curling. Oakville and North Burlington MP Pan Dama, an MPP for Oakville, North Burlington, Effie Tree Anatophilopolis, and MPP, now I'm going to blow Stephen Crawford. MPP for Oakville, Stephen Crawford. So thank you very much for all of your support and help. And we're fortunate at Curling Canada that we work alongside our supportive and very hard-working member associations across the country to continue building our sport for all to enjoy. I'd really like to thank Rick Thurston, chair of the Curl On Board, for his valuable contributions in making today's announcement possible. And to the Oakville Curling Club and its great new GM, Ian Tedley. Your club has stood tall in our sport in the past, most recently by stepping up on short notice to host the Canadian U18 Championships last May, which was a fabulous event. And we look forward to working with you to make the 2023 PointsBet Invitational successful, both on and off the ice. Again, thank you all for being here today, and we will see you back here in September in Oakville. Thanks.
Thanks, Kathy. One of the things about hosting an event such as the PointsBet Invitational, in fact, any of our Season of Champions events that we host in arenas, it means we're taking over the arena for a week and a half, sometimes 2 weeks, and that means people are leaving the arena, and that's not easy. And I want to acknowledge both the Oakville Blades and Skate Oakville for making room for us, because it's not easy. And I believe General Manager Scott McCrory is here from the Oakville Blades, as well as Joni McPhail, for the Executive Director for Skate Oakville. So our sincere thanks to both the Blades and Skate Oakville for letting us take over your home for a week. Kathy mentioned PointsBet. I too was wondering what this was going to look like, getting into an engagement with a sports gaming company. And let me tell you, these guys love our sport, and they are doing things that are so interesting and so cool and so engaging. And to tell you a little bit more about them, I'm going to bring up Nick Sulsky, Chief Commercial Officer for PointsBet. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Al. Thanks, Kathy, for the kind words, and thank you, everyone, for having us here. We are beyond excited to participate with the incredible sport of curling, and we are even more excited about bringing the 2023 PointsBet Invitational here to Oakville. When we launched in the regulated legal sports gambling market in Ontario, and we officially opened on April 4th, we made it our mission to be as authentically Canadian as we could, to connect with the grassroots sports fans of this great country. And one of our very first decisions was to really create a deep partnership with one of our favorite sports, the incredible organization and the great folks at Curling Canada. We've made it our goal to help make curling even more cool than it has been. It's an incredible sport played by thousands and thousands of people across this country, and we just love the opportunity to help innovate. As an example, Al said, and Kathy said, the PointsBet Invitational is a little bit of a slant. We try and do things a little bit differently. The PointsBet Invitational is the first single elimination curling tournament in the history of the sport. Similar to March Madness, 16 women's teams and 16 incredible men's teams play a single elimination tournament. It's extraordinarily exciting and innovative, and a great way to bring the sport to an even wider audience. So with all that, all I can say is thank you so much for having us. Being a partner of Curling Canada has been truly one of the greatest moments of our career, or my career, and one of the greatest stepping stones of our business as we grow in this country. Thank you to all the incredible members of the government and the municipal and the mayor for having us here, and we can't wait to see all the incredible curling fans here at the end of September to celebrate the PointsBet Invitational. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Nick. And you should all keep tuned for some interesting announcements that will be coming down the pipe between now and September related to this event that go beyond what's going to happen on the ice. I think 2 words, bracket challenge, come to mind, where people can win $1 million if they pick every game correctly over the event. $1 million freaking dollars. And as well, there is going to be a significant celebrity component to the PointsBet Invitational, and you can look for announcements between now and September that kind of outline how that's going to play out. One of the other cool things about this event that you should know too is that yes, you're going to see the biggest names in curling here, but you're going to see a lot of the next generation of curling that'll play here as well. For instance, the Canadian University Youth Sports Champions, men's and women, will be here. The Canadian Colleges Athletic Association Champions will be here. The Canadian Under-21 Champions will be here. The Canadian Under-25 Champions will be here. So it's about developing next generation as well, and that is a very big component of what Curling Canada is trying to accomplish with this event. But yes, you will see the big names, and we already know 2 of those big names as of this past weekend. The 2 Ontario champions will be here, Team Rachel Holm and Team Mike McEwen. Those are confirmed entries for the 2023 PointsBet Invitational. I mentioned that the last time I was here 3 years ago, and we were just so impressed by what the town of Oakville was committed to in terms of supporting this event and supporting this amazing complex. And to bring greetings from the town of Oakville, I'd like to introduce Mayor Robert.
It's a pretty exciting day for Oakville. The winner of that long shot bet might get $1 million, but I'm pretty sure that the restaurants, hotels, and other businesses of our town will get more than $1 million out of this. So I'm at least as excited as you are on behalf of our businesses. I too want to thank the higher levels of government for the support that they've given us. And I also want to thank council for the vision that they embraced when we built this place. Because we built this place for this purpose. And we knew that if we built a good enough place, you would come. Thank you for agreeing to come 3 years ago. Thank you for coming back. And to the town staff, who I hope you didn't have to up our bid too much. Congratulations on your winning work. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just tell you that curling is a very interesting sport for me. When I became mayor, I was not a particularly good, I've never been a particularly good athlete, but I learned that I could curl. Some friends of mine taught me, and they broke it down, so it was easy enough for me. So I had a bonspiel for a number of years here at the Oakville Curling Club, and it was a big success. I measure it as a success because a bank got interested in it and took it over, and it's now not my bonspiel anymore, it's the bank's bonspiel. So that's the way to get something going. Grow it and give it a new sponsor. I look forward to many more events here. I hope Curling Canada will have a good enough time that you'll want to come back. Thank you.
How many people else in this room have started a bonspiel? Raise your hand. I mean, Mayor Burton, that's not bad. That's pretty good, but it also speaks to the appeal of curling too, does it not? I mean, sport for life, and you can pick it up at any age and enjoy it. You also mentioned, that the town of Oakville really wanted this event, and I got to say, there's a lot of cities in Canada that want our events, and that's one of the great things about these events is that it does generate that economic impact that you talked about, as well as exposing the town of Oakville to a worldwide audience. It really does. It's going to be broadcast live on TSN. And somehow, some way, that TSN signal gets around the world, and that's great exposure for the town of Oakville. And to speak a little bit more about that, I'm going to introduce Sean O'Meara, who is the chair of the Visit Oakville Board of Directors. Sean?
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's my honor and privilege to be here on behalf of the Visit Oakville Tourism Board. It is an honor to see Curling Canada continue to come and recognize this facility as the true nationally branded, I think, Colleen, is the term that you're using these days, facility that it is. Again, many thanks to Curl On and to Curling Canada and to the Oakville Curling Club, who I may be biased, is the best curling club in all of Canada, but I'd be willing to put a wager on that too. Thank you, thank you for that. We know you have many options when you choose where these events go. And choosing this location for your prestigious event speaks to what we've tried to do here as Tourism Board and working with our great partners at the town, the province, and the federal government here. Todd and Colleen, thank you to your staff. Rebecca and the Visit Oakville team, thank you to your staff. And again, thank you very much for coming and recognizing this location and for having us here. There are many things to do and see in Oakville, so while you're here, everybody, go to the restaurants, go to the shops, as Mayor Burton mentioned. We have a beautiful waterfront, take an hour's drive, go in and see all that Oakville has to offer, and we hope you come back in the summer, in the fall, in the spring, and in the winter, and we look forward to working with you again moving forward. So thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for your time.
So two things. Sean wins Best Dressed Award. Round of applause for that. And, I'm looking outside right now, and this is typically what I'm looking at when I'm working. We're looking at winter. And I can tell you, I can't wait to be here in the end of September. I'm guessing there's going to be some nice colors out there, am I right? That's going to be awesome. We were in Fredericton last September, and there was a hurricane going on the weekend we were there, so we just got the edges of it. So if you could arrange for no hurricanes the last weekend of September, that would be very helpful as well. A couple things that people always want to know when we announce things like this: tickets and volunteers. So tickets, I think I saw Andy Henry here, our ticketing manager, somewhere. There he is, Andy Henry. He told me the other day, I think we're going to be putting tickets on sale on March 23rd, is that correct? March 23rd, so you can look for ticket sales beginning on March 23rd. Volunteers, well, you know there will be volunteers to look for, and it's never a problem getting volunteers, so we always recommend that you get in on the action early if you want to volunteer. Curling.ca/volunteers, so that's the best way to get involved. We'll be opening the window for volunteer sign up very soon as well. Rick Thurston, he was the chair of the there he is, of the Curl-On board. Rick, we really appreciate you being here today. You had a busy last week, but we appreciate you coming in today to bring greetings from Curl-On. Rick?
Thank you, Al. Thank you, everyone. Just want to shout out and thank Curling Canada, PointsBet Canada, and the town of Oakville for this opportunity to bring such a high-profile event to Ontario. Helps all of us that are in the same boat. We're trying to introduce curling to a broader audience across our province, to have them attend in more of our events and in our facilities. We have over 180 facilities in Ontario that support curling. Just can't thank them enough for bringing this event here and showcasing curling as it is for all of us in Ontario. Thank you to the Oakville Curling Club for representing across the province what it should be like to be in a curling facility and how much fun we have as curlers. And so thank you. Appreciate the time and looking forward to September.
So yeah, the Oakville Curling Club, I mean, I can't tell you what a profound thing it was when we were searching for a host for the rescheduled New Holland Canadian Under-21 Championships last May. We had to shift the dates because of COVID, and finding a club that's willing to help us out in early May, that's not an easy thing. And the Oakville Curling Club stepped up, and we are truly thankful. And I know in speaking with people there that there are some big plans afoot for the Oakville Curling Club, one of which came to fruition yesterday. And to tell you a little bit more about that, I'd like to introduce Oakville Curling Club President James Francolini. James.
Thank you. Being the last speaker of the day, I find myself in the unenviable position that unless you're the keynote speaker, this is the talk you're most likely to remember, but at least want to hear. So I'll try to be brief. Again, I'm James Francolini. I'm the current president of the Oakville Curling Club. I'm pleased to be joined today by our new GM, Ian Tetley. Many of you know the name within the sport, and some in the audience will actually know him personally. Oakville Curling Club was founded in 1954, and one of its continuing missions is to grow the sport of curling in our community by providing the best of experience and facilities. This event certainly qualifies as one of those best experience opportunities. And by allowing the Oakville Curling Club to participate in this, our members, through their generous volunteerism, can continue fostering their love for the game within our community. I'd like to thank Curling Canada for its faith in the town of Oakville and the Oakville Curling Club. Although we did miss the opportunity in 2021 to host the Continental Cup, our curling community is excited to welcome and participate in this event. I'd like to thank Curl-On for their ongoing support of curling in Ontario and its support in particular of the Oakville Curling Club during the COVID years. I'd like to thank the mayor, the town councils, and the Visit Oakville for its continuing support in promoting and helping bring events like this to our community. And finally, a special thanks to PointsBet for bringing another level of excitement and passion to the sport through their sponsorship of this event. As it happens, Oakville is also running an event that same weekend, an international gathering of curlers, and to be able to have them come and watch this event during their, when they're not playing in games is quite an astounding benefit for our event. So thanks for that. Our membership and our community at large look forward to assisting however possible in hosting the visiting the PointsBet Invitational players to kick off a great event and a good beginning of our seasons. Thank you.
Thanks, James. You did finish strong. I like that. That's awesome. Well, that does complete the formal portion of our news conference. The best part, of course, is the informal. Two things to note about that. Media members, if you'd like to interview any of the people that were speaking today, I can line that up for you right after. And there are some great refreshments available. I'd ask you to respect the donut tower because it's a really cool donut tower that I can't keep my eyes off of, and it seems, I'm not sure who wants to be the first to disturb that, but fill your boots. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you here in September. Thanks, everybody.
Then just say